What's headed our way is pretty typical for a December day.
But we've been warm and dry for so long that we now have to brace ourselves. Kevin Lawrence has the details.
Hey, Monica, thank you very much. And Alan, all right, let's get right to it this evening. And we'll talk about the advisories issued by various National Weather Service forecast offices. We do now have a winter storm warning for northwest and north central North Dakota. Winter weather advisory surrounding that. Officially, no advisories in far southwest or south central North Dakota. But where we have a winter storm warning, including the Highway 2 corridor from Williston through Stanley, Minot, and Rugby. This goes on from 3 o'clock tomorrow morning until 6 o'clock Thursday morning, where an average of 6 to 8 inches of snow will fall. In Montana, an average of 4 to 6, but locally 8 here. Winter weather advisory issued by the Glasgow National Weather Service. It starts now and goes until Wednesday late afternoon at 5 o'clock. And then farther toward the south here. Now, this does officially include Burleigh County, not Morton, but I think the higher totals will be northern Burleigh County toward Lake Sakakawea. Winter weather advisory starts tomorrow morning and it goes until 6 a.m. Thursday morning with an average of 2 to 4 inches. Probably only 1 to 2 inches near the South Dakota border. Looking at the latest guidance, again, the highest snow totals will likely be in northeast Montana, northwest through central North Dakota. Again, locally 8 inches, as I have outlined here, the Lake Sakakawea area, and again, mainly on the US 2 corridor, more so than the 94 corridor. Highest totals will stay north of the interstate. Of course, that is subject to change. That's the latest information right now, and I will have more details hour by hour as we walk you through the storm potential coming up, Monica, later in the show. Stay warm.
All right, thank you.
And snow chances are going to be increasing throughout the night. Accumulating snow is on the way. All the details and, of course, our bitterly cold air coming up next.
All right, back now to weather. Sounds like a bone-chilling Christmas ahead, Kevin.
It really will be, Alan. You know, we talked about the snow a moment ago, and I'll get more into that in just a moment. But let's talk about the longer-term weather pattern, because quite frankly, that is the big weather story, which could go on for a prolonged period of time. We're talking weeks, not days. Here it comes. It starts really tomorrow evening, and that's why this system is sliding through, giving us the snow. After it moves out, then the Arctic floodgates really open up here, especially after Christmas through the New Year's into early January. And just looking at some new computer model information, it might get mighty cold. And I mentioned on social media last night, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have actual temperatures in the potential 30s below zero coming up in the next couple of weeks. That's not just wind chill, but those are actual temperatures, which could be in my forecast down the road. Now, what about wind chill here? The apparent temperature. Now, this would be Christmas Eve morning at 7 o'clock. Just to give you an idea, if you're traveling, what you want to be on the lookout for. Make sure you carry a winter survival kit. You'll need it, even if it's not snowing. It will be bone-numbing cold here with wind chill staying in the 20s and 30s below zero most of Christmas Eve Sunday through Christmas Eve evening into the night, and of course for Christmas Day as well. Look at this snapshot. Christmas morning, 8 o'clock. Again, 20s, 30s, near 40 degree below zero apparent temperatures, and it is going to continue on well after Christmas. So just keep that in mind. That's what's on the way here for this upcoming holiday weekend. Back to the here and now, radar and satellite tracking our system here. It's in the northwest. It has finally made sure, and now as we get more computer modeling, more information is available, we'll have a much better idea how this snow is going to be unfolding later on tonight through the day tomorrow, as it begins to track farther across the plains of Montana into western and central North Dakota. Not much happening now. A little bit showing up on the radar here, likely dry in the lower layers of the atmosphere, but that will saturate later on tonight through tomorrow as our snow chances begin to increase. Once again, snowfall forecast, looking at the latest guidance right now, locally 8 inches plus from about Sydney, Glasgow, Sydney, Williston, Stanley through Minot into Rugby, and then the Lake Sakakawea area as well, most of which north of Interstate 94. However, some new information over the past hour or so suggesting maybe some of this could be shifting just a little bit farther toward the south. Regardless, here's a look at the latest warnings right now. This could be adjusted by the various National Weather Service offices, but again, winter storm warning for northwest and north central North Dakota with an average of 6 to 8 inches of snow. Less amounts farther toward the south, but again, even the I-94 corridor right now it's looking like about 2 to 4 inches and about 4 to 6 for eastern Montana. So far this season, we've had 3.9 inches of snow for the Bismarck-Mandan area, although the highest totals will probably be just north of the region. Normally, we would have just over a foot. The record amount through today would be 1993 with almost 34 inches of snow. And by this time last year, we had over 30 inches of snow already received. Here's our weather in motion again, hour by hour, looking at 7 o'clock in the morning. Snow breaking out Montana, western and central North Dakota. And the higher totals farther north because it'll be snowing all day. It might be mid to late afternoon. We'll begin to see that snow shifting farther south along the 94 corridor, because the Arctic air is moving in behind it, and that means a much colder pattern here as we get into Thursday. Here's the 7-day forecast, little bit warmer, so to speak, for Friday. A chance for morning snow showers, but that comes on the heels of more refreshing Arctic air, dropping our highs in the single digits for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and lows, again, dropping well below zero. And that's just the beginning.
Well, aren't you the bearer of good tidings?
That's what everyone's saying on social media, too. Hey, I wish I was in Death Valley right now, where it's a lot warmer, but I'm here.
All right.
Someone wants a remote car starter for Christmas. Well, this is the only thing that prevents us from talking strictly about tax reform today, although we'll be doing plenty of that. When the snow hits North Dakota, it often comes from the north and the west. This is what it looked like in Williston this afternoon, where 3 to 5 inches came down, with more anticipated into the evening.
It's a similar situation in Minot, but it's not like we don't see this every December in North Dakota. In fact, if this were a typical month, we might not even be talking about the snow, but winter is almost here, meaning maybe it will only last for 3 months, like it shows on the calendar. So what's in store for the rest of the state, Kevin?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's almost right on par, right? Winter officially begins tomorrow late morning at 10:28 Central Standard Time. And here we are, the last full day of fall, and winter has arrived with snow and certainly the Arctic air. Let's get started with our Sky Tracker Doppler radar. And again, still tracking areas of snow over eastern North Dakota and southern North Dakota. A band of snow just south of downtown Bismarck and Mandan, more like into Morton County, northern Sioux County, into Emmons County, mainly south of Interstate 94, a band of snow. We can even see that with our University of Mary Skywatch camera, but not so much north of Interstate 94. Again, tracking this, this could deposit 1, possibly 2 inches, but the north side of town, or north of I-94, might not see much at all as drier air is moving in from the northwest. Northeast Montana, northwest North Dakota, we've got drier conditions moving in. The reason why Arctic high pressure is moving in from the north. North Dakota road conditions, look at all the purple. That's indicative of snow-covered roads or scattered snow drifts. Good conditions still in Bismarck, but again, north of I-94, more into central and northern North Dakota, we do have snow-covered roads. Be mindful of that. And as far as any additional snow, not a lot, just light amounts now over southern North Dakota. All of that moves away or weakens rapidly after midnight because high pressure takes over everywhere else. And it will be cold for the next several days, maybe even weeks. I've got the rest of the forecast coming up later in the show. Back to you. We have a little bit of snow left, not much. Enough for a white Christmas. Some yes, others might be disappointed. Latest Sky Tracker Doppler radar coming up next.
So has more snow fallen since we last talked, Kevin?
Well, the past few minutes, maybe just a couple of flakes, but not a big storm, at least the past half hour anyway. Just some light snow over southern North Dakota. The snow has ended farther toward the north, at least the accumulating variety, but 2 to 4 inches falling around the Williston area. Minot at 5 inches as of last report about a half hour ago. Less than an inch for Dickinson, Richardson, and Bismarck-Mandan. More snow, though, but not much. A little bit falling here south of Interstate 94. More on that in just a moment. Minot time lapse. Again, this is where a majority of the snow fell today. Again, about 5 inches. Road conditions, not so much on the slippery side, but they are snow covered because temperatures are so cold right now, right around 10 degrees, which is actually good. If it's going to be snowing, let it be a lot colder than near freezing. and therefore not quite the slippery factor that we would have if it was a bit milder. So how much more snow can we expect here overnight? Well, not a lot, but it looks like as this continues shifting farther toward the south, again, the snow basically ending here from Lake Sakakawea north, less than an inch, but along the Interstate 94 corridor, maybe 1 to 2 inches, but I think this will be shifting a bit farther toward the south. I think we'll be lucky to get an inch in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But you, Mary? Yeah, there's periods of light to moderate snow happening right now. So it's really a stark contrast, only within a few miles between very light snow and moderate snow. So here's that wave moving through Montana and southwest and south central North Dakota. Next several hours, taking us right through the mid to late evening. After that, all the snow goes away. And this is why Arctic high pressure, again, coming in from Canada. This is just the first stage of Arctic air. Reinforcing shots will be coming in for the next several days and, quite frankly, probably even weeks. It will be cold here for tomorrow with highs in the teens. Nothing out of the ordinary, not so atypical here for late December. It's just a fact we haven't had weather like this for a while. But at least we'll have a little bit of sunshine for tomorrow, so that is some good news. Look at these temperatures now. 8 degrees. A few light snow pockets remain in the Minot area. 15. Snow from about the Bismarck Airport and then point south. Again, you, Mary, seeing some snow, not so much north of town. 15 in Dickinson. The Arctic air has already moved into the area thanks to north-northeast winds around 10 to 20 miles per hour. So what does that do for our wind chills? Apparent temperatures. It's already feeling like it's dropping below zero in Garrison. -4, 0 in Bismarck. Feels like it's 5 above in Fargo. Man, it's going to feel even colder for most of tomorrow. Again, radar and satellite. Let's see how this is unfolding here into the evening hours. One pocket of snow here, especially south of Interstate 94. We can see that now between Bismarck and Solon. Yeah, it looks like most of this will stay south of the interstate. Dickinson, a couple of light snow showers right now, and the snow has ended here farther toward the north in northeast Montana and northwest North Dakota. How about these temperatures for tomorrow? Again, just the beginning. It's 24 in Dickinson, but only 6 in Grand Forks. So it's a prolonged Arctic plunge here, reinforcing shots of Arctic air in time for the holiday weekend. Chance for morning snow showers on Friday. No more big winter storms for a while, though. Look at this Christmas Day. Only 5 above zero. Lows dropping well below zero. And it gets probably even colder after this as we get into early 2018.
Whoa.
I know. It's a shock compared to how it's been, right?
It kind of is. The actual winter coat finally came out because it was cold.
It had to. A day before winter starts.
Right.